Now, the other big news that came out this week, the other day actually, is that the Detroit Lions are trading Matthew Stafford to the Rams for 2 future first-round picks, a third-round pick, and quarterback Jared Goff. Now, this was a blockbuster trade. It's the first blockbuster trade of the, off-season, even though the season's not technically over, of, the teams making big moves. And I'm going to give you my thoughts on the trade right now, obviously. I'm going to go from each perspective. I honestly think this was a pretty fair deal. You could say that the Rams heavily overpaid for the, Matthew Stafford, which I could totally see. But in my eyes, I think Matthew Stafford can make this team a Super Bowl contender. And that's what the goal of the trade was. I think that they're going to come out, and Matthew Stafford's obviously, in my opinion, a better quarterback than Jared Goff. That's not even an opinion. That's a fact as of right now. Jared Goff is young, and yes, he can still improve, but Matthew Stafford is better, and it's not even close as of right now. And right now, the Chiefs are in Super Bowl or nothing mode, so they are willing to give up those first-round picks for a guy like Matthew Stafford who could get the job done. Now, this could all backfire for the Rams. If they don't make the Super Bowl, Matthew Stafford, first time in a new year, new system, maybe he doesn't perform. He's never been to the playoffs. He could, kind of choke under pressure, even though I don't think he will. That's always a possibility. So I think the Rams won this. I think the Rams won on their side, but I also think Detroit won on their side, because not only that, they got 2 first-round picks, which, even though they're the Rams and they're probably going to finish somewhat high, that's still a great asset to acquire. First-round picks in the NFL are huge. First-round picks in NBA are, late first-round picks in NBA, aren't as good, but late first-round picks in the NFL are awesome. Anywhere in the first round is obviously amazing. Obviously you'd prefer front 15, but, nobody's going to complain if they can get it back 15. So I think they won that. Not only that, they got a third-round pick, which, a bunch of studs come out of the third round as well. Shout out McLaurin. He came out the third round. And then you also get a young quarterback, Jared Goff, who is solid. He obviously has digressed a little bit the past couple of years, but he has shown some greatness, and he could step it up. They have good wide receivers. I know some of them are free agents, but, they may or may not resign. And Detroit, I agree with the fact that they need to go in rebuilding mode. It kind of seems like they've been trying to win, but they kind of, don't close out games. So I think now they're going into full rebuild mode, setting the stage to work their way up in the draft. And that's how a lot of times it goes. I know that, especially being a Washington fan, the past couple of years, we drafted a lot of defensive players, and it's starting to pay off. So hopefully, it all goes well with Detroit and they get it figured out. But from my opinion, I think both sides won this trade as of now. In the future, obviously, I think that could change, granted, considering Matthew Stafford may not come out firing how they want him to, but I think he will, and I think this trade was even.